But if you do want to play with cones, I have a perfect game for you.
You got a cone game?
It's a cone game. All right, this is a cone game with giant street cones. I'm not talking about your little 6-inch, marker cones for like soccer practice. I'm talking about the 36, waist high cones that weigh kilograms.
The proper cone shape, or are we talking about like the rounded
I'm talking about
cylinders?
a proper like orange street cone that you'd find.
Black on the bottom.
Yep.
Bright orange. Yeah, I got you.
You'd find at a church crosswalk, right? You have people crossing the thing, put it in the middle, and you got people stopping along the way. Well, at Philadelphia Baptist Church, where I was involved with the Philadelphia, we called ourselves the Philly Youth. And maybe there's some listeners that listen at some point.
This is Philadelphia, Birmingham, Alabama.
Philadelphia Baptist in Birmingham, Alabama. This is where I went to church as a high schooler, and we had a youth pastor that allowed us to do things that wouldn't be allowed today. We'll just say that. Which I think they would say the same thing about their youth pastors.
Yeah,
so everything's
every
kind of
generation. Every generation, yeah.
But he allowed us to play games at night, at like 8, 9, 10 o'clock at night when all the lights are out and there's just like the exit sign glow in the hallways around the church. And, so we actually brainstormed one day on what would a game look like of capture the flag inside the church. How would we play it? So as a group of youth, we came up with some rules, and the flags were giant road cones. So, everybody, we kind of split the church in half. One church had like the sanctuary side with like the choir room and all that stuff. The other side, they had like the youth building, the youth zone where there's a bunch of couches and whatnot. And, you had to pick a room. You had to place the cone in the middle of the room, and you were not allowed to close doors or anything like that. So we had some rules like that. And we made rules where basically there's like we did divide it. So we said, hey, it has to be on this side or this side. And the rule was you had to grab the cone, the enemy cone, and bring it back to your cone, and that's how you win. But you had to also have life. And we're inside like, inside a church, a church walkway. So, I mean, we're talking like, 8 to 10 feet hallways? It's not big. So, for life, we used clothespins. And this was genius. So, clothespins, we would take our shoulders, kind of bunch up our shirt, clip the clothespin on so it stuck out. That was one of the rules. And you could have them on either side.
It's like flag football.
It's like flag football, except inside. If you're playing cone or capture the flag outside, the flags are great.
Yeah.
But inside, you can actually have life over here on your left arm, life on your right arm. And, as you collected life, you have to clip it on. So you might have like 8 life on both arms, and other people are walking around with no life, and they have to go find a teammate to go get a life to get back in and play. So it was this game of like, I don't know, like kung fu wrestling, except we're not wrestling. We're just trying to grab each other's, clothespins off your shoulders. A lot of fun. But that's kind of how we did life. And a lot of stories. There were a couple people, like I remember this one guy that like slammed into like a water fountain that was in the hallway. I mean, he got hurt. Like, I feel bad, man. But that happened. But we all survived. There was blood a couple nights. But
he ran out of life.
he ran out of life, yeah. But ton of fun, ton of great memories, just running around the church, trying to be sneaky, and, at the middle of the night, the cone.